Storm and the Adversary.
I do not fear death.
Storm faces a scary demon called the Adversary. This creepy creature throws nightmares at her, like being stuck inside a coffin. Imagine that. No wonder Storm starts freaking out. Remember how Storm hates tight spaces from way back in the original series? The Adversary is a real jerk, preying on her biggest fear to try and break her. It's clear this demon knows exactly how to mess with Storm's mind. Storm is back! All stuck and cramped inside the mountain, the bad guy, the Adversary, thinks they got Storm right where they want her. But Storm, she's done listening to that voice in her head, telling her she's weak. Nope. She bursts out of there, and guess what? That awesome music from the X-Men cartoon kicks in, just like when she totally whipped those robot things, the Sentinels, back in the day. Turns out Storm's powers are way stronger than anyone thought. She's like a whole new level of mutant now, an Omega Level 1. And with that baddie out of the picture, Storm's back to being her awesome X-Men self, stronger than ever. Hi, Evolutionary. Forge clicks on the TV and bam! News is on about a huge mess in Genosha. They're calling it the fall of Genosha, and it sounds really bad. The reporter Trish Tilby even says it might be the start of a whole war between humans and mutants. This reminds me of that big comic book thing where the X-Men fought this supervillain called the High Evolutionary. Apparently, this High Evolutionary guy showed up recently in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie too. Maybe he's behind this whole Genosha thing. That would be messed up. Bolivar Trask. The guy who created the Sentinels, Bolivar Trask, he feels awful about what happened to Genosha, that island nation for mutants. Apparently his own DNA was used to get into some Super Sentinel tech, and that tech might be why Genosha got destroyed. This whole thing points to a bigger baddie. Trask might be working for this mysterious Mr. Sinister, who could even be working for someone else entirely. We don't know yet. Speaking of clues, there's a movie theater scene showing War of the Worlds playing, you know, the classic alien invasion story? Well, the giant robots in that movie look a whole lot like the Sentinels that trashed Genosha. Kinda makes you think the whole mutant situation in X-Men 97 is basically a war between humans and mutants, just like War of the Worlds is about humans versus aliens.